G'day everyone, this is Vexus Dragon in my first installments of hopefully showing how to play the game and play Sins of the Solar Empire. This one's invented by Stellar Parallax. It's called Starfleet Armada 3. It's the Uprising version. I think it's Uprising. The graphics are always incredible, I'll give you that. I don't see eye to eye with any maker completely, but I don't think, like art, anything is ever perfect. What I'll be showing hopefully today is how to use the Borg, how to quickly be able to start up a starports to try and increase your credits and your money as fast as you can in hope to be able to play the game. But the thing is, like all of these style of games, it all really depends on getting your money up and running fast, and then everything else is strategy of trying to build everything as fast as you can. As you see, this is the Federation Titan ship, and I'm starting up a new game with the Borg, and always set it on easy when you're getting used to things. And I accidentally got 2 Borg when I picked this one. I've already pre-recorded this. I'm just putting a voice to it. So therefore, hopefully someone can get some use out of this as a tutorial or a bit of an understanding of how the game works, how to get things going fast, because that's what you need to do. All right. So seeing this is basically, that was capital ships. That's your main planet. What you're looking at, that's how to get a capital ship as fast as you can. That's how to get your adaptation, and you go for a simulation so that you can try and increase your ability to do for ships and for more aggressive things, more ships and defenses. The other ones, logistics, is money and diplomacy, which Borg don't have any. So it's a bit of a shortcut on that one too. That's why they're easy to get a star base up quick. Even though this is only going to go for around about the half an hour, I'll be talking pretty fast. So you got to straight away try and take over other planets to get your money as fast as you can and build up a logistics for military, which is a simulation in this one. And you've got to try and very quickly make sure you've always got one spare capital ship ability. And the problem is with the Borg, one ship is one capital placement. So I'll show you that hopefully in a second with that little flashing thing up the top. And that red 0 is the amount of capital ships you can have at this exact moment. So yes, I'm rushing through this fairly quickly and still trying to get more of whatever I can get and attack them as I go. I find going for clusters in this game work a little bit better. I can tell you the Sins of the Solar Empire 2 is way quicker, way easier. In many ways, it's a lot more fluent because they take these pages of development from 4 pages to just 2. So your defenses and your aggression is 1 page, and the other one is just another page. Then you have extra abilities, but that'll be hopefully another video down the future, depending if people enjoy this or not. Hopefully I'll do a few. I would like to, but I do this because I want to. There's your capital, so therefore that'll increase that red circle, which I'm pointing now. Closing it quickly, getting back to the game as fast as I can, regrouping these guys so that they stay in clusters, so it's harder to destroy them too quickly because they don't tend to regenerate, the frigates and the cruisers. Capital ships will over time. That's the capital ship port. So then I've got to click on this, and I always go for a colonizer, which in this case is assimilating planets. It's because it'll go through and keep healing itself, whereas the normal capital ship will just, it won't. It'll die pretty quick. So it's a good way to keep things going fluently as fast as you can, as quick as you can. And that's really the goal of this game. It is strategic, it is patience, the graphics are incredible. Even the capital ship for this one, which is probably one of the lowest forms of it, is pretty good. The good part about what Stellar Parallax did is they made heroes, which makes it a lot easier to begin with, to start the game and learn the game. I personally think it's a great idea to have hero ships because they always come back. And you get to have more fun rather than going, oh my god, I've lost my capital ship and I've got to wait ages to get another one to be able to keep going in the game, which you don't really need, but it is a lot more smooth, a lot easier. So I use the capital ships in conjunction with the other little ships that I get, and as they get wiped out, I don't tend to bother replacing them, unless I face a really harder enemy. Normally, if you got a bunch of capital ships, it will decimate all the way through. But the hardest thing in this game, to face the other Borg, is versing the Borg. Borg versus the Borg is possible. Any other, unless you've got teams of 2 to 5, I will say generously is a high challenge. They are quite difficult in this Uprising, whereas the next one they made, I believe that the Klingons really do clinch them, but they are far more leveled out to be sort of fair or close to it. But they also got rid of some of the really good abilities in this game, where you could actually call for a fleet and get a whole lot of ships to come in to help you. They got rid of that completely. And I think that lost a lot. And they also, even in this one, they got rid of the Defiant's ability to cloak. It was once in one of the versions, and then it just got shelved. Unfortunately, I actually liked it because I think the Defiant is really weak. So yeah, I'm doing more logistics to try and get more of these assimilation nodes as fast as I can, so that I can get that planetary ship and that planetary starbase, so that it makes credits. And as you go through, you always try and get your crystals and your metal asteroids as fast and much as you can. Once you got that, hopefully in the next video that I'm intending to make, I'm going to show you something that is quite trippy about the Borg with this. Yeah, there's your star matrix complex, that's your starbase. You'll find that with this extra thing, which is a node for transport, which makes it like a unimatrix transport, it looks like completely spastic. They just fly everywhere, and the amount of money you get really quickly is, I haven't seen it in any other version of Sins at all. It's as some people call it in gaming, broken, extremely broken. They're planetary, so that you can get more planets. The ones that will not allow you unless you have a colonizing ability. So that was that. Okay, and then that's for your asteroids. Dilithium is crystal. The other one is metal. So, and crystal tends to go the slowest. That's what I've always found in this game. Metal's up there, but credits, which is the one that's 700s in the moment to almost 800s, they go the quickest, and you can sell them to get either crystal or metal. So, yeah. But every mod has a different version. So, yeah. I need one adaptation, so therefore I can get this thing that can actually make it so that I can be able to use them as a transport commerce. That way, so you see, that's actually a starport. That's how they begin. They get a lot bigger. But see the little guys? That's what makes you money. They're your transports. And you can make them carry more money as the game goes on. Okay. I'm one off, so I still need one more. I guess I don't really need the commerce for the Borg, but for the rest of them, you kind of need it to be able to get that ability to make money through the starports. So it's a good thing to know. These guys are a little tricky. They're normally higher life points. One of them actually cloaks, which is really not common, but I think he cloaks, so I lock on him and then it locks off. It's good to have a capital ship in this instance because then you can actually take him out. If you don't, it gets very complicated. So this is what I'm trying to do, is get more planets as I'm building up. Once you get to a certain peak, then you tend to be able to relax and let the money flow in, and then just do a heap load of capital ships and just go through. And there are so many strategies. I'm sure if you look up on Sins, you'll find a plethora of strategies you can do. The reason why I'm zooming in and out is because it's actually the quickest way. Unlike 2, which I'm kind of liking, you can't use another controller to move. You have to zoom in and zoom out with your mouse, or like what I'm using here is the Legion Go with a Ventura, so I've got glasses for it so I can see. Basically, you can go from one planet to another in less than half the time that it would take to scroll across with a keyboard or anything like that. The bummer with the Legion is you can't, or if anyone can tell me how to do it, I'd love you to tell me. You can't assign through control. Normally what you do, you'd go Control 1, Control 2, Control 3, Control 4, and that would set your ships. So you'd set them into blocks so you can do more strategies. Unfortunately, this game, about to get the starbase, it's not really based on that kind of strategy. It's more just huge fleets and decimate. The other one, or the actual vanilla version, is a lot more based on being able to do pincer maneuver, because you can't, unlike this one shoots in the full 360 version, all of them, whereas their guns are sighted in the original. So you can pincer attack them, and so they can only attack one of you at a time. So that technique does work, or you can box them in and use different traps. That's unfortunately where the AI, I think, fails because of the design of the actual ships that they can shoot in full 360. Throws out the ability for that kind of strategy. But the graphics on this is second to none. I think they did the Borg a little too well in shortcutting some of their stuff. It made it very powerful. They start off reasonably powerful and then they just go spastic. And hopefully if I get to it, I'll be able to show you the Titan, and oh yeah, that's pretty mean. That's vicious. These little things, they'll do a lot of damage, they'll take a lot, but the Titans, yeah, you'll see that on the board there's that little pictures of the heads. They're actually heroes. I don't think I'll get to them in this one, but hopefully I'll get to it soon enough. Alright, so I know it's annoying being back and forth here, but it's just the quickest way. And then I can get on the angles of what's coming and what's going around. And I'm always re-looking up my logistics and my my fleet abilities so that I can actually try to always be researching something. Once you get enough money, you really want to make it so that you can always, this is the evolution of the starports. They get big and they get very difficult to destroy. Starports in all games have a bit of a difficulty, but the Borg, if you are using anything else but a capital ship, they can assimilate it, and then your own army gets used against you. It's a great way to play the game because you use their greatest strengths against them, but capital ships and Titans will not assimilate. So remember that when you face the Borg, because if you face them, they will use your own forces against you. And while they're slow, their defenses are very high. They do not have shields, and they have armory and life, but the reality is that's an advantage because they can use regeneration areas that you can get these towers, and it's very hard to destroy them because they can just keep regenerating. it's a very, very difficult fleet to stop. The way to nerf it would be to reduce the regeneration, but also in doing that, you would flatten their ability. There is some little tricks with some of the frigates where you can actually do like a warp on the planet, going from one side to the other almost instantly, but those ships are not very strong. I do think they could have used that with a capital ship to full effect, and that would have been really good, and one of the Starfleet systems, so therefore it would warp straight to them. I reckon that would have been good with one of the Titan types. There was a long time ago, I think it was, not sure if it was the Romulans or I think it was the Romulans, or it was the Klingons from a version of this long ago, that actually had a Titan that would literally just run straight into the planet and just blow everything up in the whole system. But it cost you so much in credits to get that, it just wasn't worth it. The better one was Cloak, the one from that movie long ago. Alright, so I almost got him. I'll be able to take another planet and get more money. And I haven't really gone into how you can do industrial and social and like a piracy thing for the planet, but that will be another video, hopefully, if I can get motivated. See the red that you saw? That's instantaneously, as soon as you put a starport on there, no one can take over that planet until they destroy that actual starport. So that's another really cheeky advantage of the Borg. So I would, if you start a game and you can get this mod, being the Uprising version for Sins of the Solar Empire 1, or Rebellion 1, I would recommend it, because it's a good way to teach and have fun while you're learning and not feel too overwhelmed. Because this game is very good at overwhelming. Yeah, that's him healing him, little bugger. But yeah, sometimes you just have to retreat, because you're not going to take over the planet, so you go over and take another one out while you're waiting. Or you move to a position where you can try and get stronger to get another planet, then go back to the other one. And sometimes you'll need to actually level up to be able to do it. So it's all strategy. You have to do the one word I hate more than any: be patient, and pick your battles. Ones you can beat, you can attain. It doesn't matter if you retreat and re-heal and then jump back in it. It's good to try, and if you can with any of these, to try and get another capital ship and have two coming in. It's difficult to stop two, but the earlier you get it in the game, the quicker you can actually go out and start conquering. And if they're there to try and stop you, you've got them outnumbered. And a lot of this is more about outnumbering than strategy. So, yeah. I don't think I've paused. Hopefully not. I'm still... got distracted. Must admit, the scenery that they have in both Sins of the Solar Rebellion 1 and 2, you look around and sometimes you get lost. Alright, so once I make another one of them, as soon as I can, then I can start making money. And that makes me be able to have more abilities for leveling up, capital ships, everything. And that's when things start opening up. Normally, it can take people an hour or two to really set up and get their economy going. I find this one fairly effective. I'm not going to say that there isn't better, because I know there are people dedicated to this game that are far better than I'll ever be. I do notice that sometimes doing strafe runs and attacking a fleet is actually effective. There's the other Borg. So you strafe run, go straight past them, shoot, keep going by, and then heal a little bit, turn around, and you can actually... There's another ability you have that, I think it's control, and then you click on the button around, and you can go around the world and articulate your whole thing. It's like a square circle, but you can do it. So they follow you around till your fleet comes along and just attacks them from the side. So you can do that with shortcut keys. Unfortunately, yeah, that's pirates that don't exist in this game. Unfortunately, you can't do that with the Legion. I would love to do a little bit of tinkering in this game and see if I can actually make it so I can use my other controller with the mouse controller and do more tricks, but I found it to be very limited, unfortunately. I'd love to be able to hold a key and do like control, but it doesn't. I'll have to play around and see if I can change that, but if I can, hopefully I'll do a tutorial on that. But it makes the game so much more interesting. Even if you could just have one as a click, but I think you can do that through the side menus, and two, I'm not sure about one. One is normally more about keystrokes that you can do shortcuts. Unfortunately, I don't have access to them with the Legion. And to be honest, most of these game systems that they keep saying, oh yes, I've got better, and they're all really the same. Legion Go is very different. It's more like a Switch with a mouse, but I think going back in the years when I was younger, I could have only dreamed to be able to have something like I've got now. And I think honestly, sometimes people, we need to be more thankful for what we've got, because when we were younger, we wouldn't have even dreamed of this. This would have been a fantasy. So let's enjoy what we can, I believe, in games, except for some of these really ridiculous games that make no sense. I'm really not for them. Alright. I think next time I'll do this live so I can actually say it as I'm going. It'd be so much easier. Alright, scrolling back and forth, yeah. It's the name of the game. In and out. God, that can be viewed in many ways. But, yep, I'm not going to win that one. I'm pretty sure I'm going to try and take out as much as I can and then retreat. Because they've got a fair bit of attack force and they tend to, be very aggressive. If I had the Voyager superhero, or even, I think for this one it's 7 of 9, I could do a lot more damage, but yeah. Alright, and with this one, unlike the number 2, when you're building star bases, you've got to build, I think it's a frigate or a cruiser. It'll show it when I get it. They look like that a lot, and cause sometimes you get mixed up between which ones are the ones that make money. This thing, you got to build him, which I probably showed before. Get enough money because they're not cheap, and then build them. In the next one, it's part of your defense system. You got to hit defense instead of logistics and build that actual capital ship. So in ways, because it takes out of the planet's abilities, being able to build things, it's a real downer. So one ability I really wish that I could put into the Borg if I ever could be bothered taking that long, I'd love to put the twin starports. Because if you had two huge complexes, oh god, I think if you put them together, even a Titan would struggle. It would. If you had a Titan and a few capital ships, I do believe that would take them out. But yeah, now that I've got the capital ship, I've still got a chance, but the Borg are not invincible. Alright, so Alright, what next? Yep, waiting for it. There's 300, I think it still needs 3,000. Yeah, it's going to be a while. So you see that I've got enough metal, but not enough of the credits. And that's what this, in the end, makes the credits just go up very quickly. There you go. See, it's 2,000. Yeah, that's more than enough. I sold, I'm guessing, a bit of my crystal to try and make it go quicker, which it's not. And they'll work together. And basically, I've got to make sure that I'm still defeating and allowing more region and area that I can make star bases. The good thing about this one is, unlike number 2, you can actually use a frigate or a cruiser, whatever it is, and you can fly it in and do a sneak starbase and start building it as they've got their planet there. It's a really big difference that they made. Okay, you see they're not going to stop. Yeah. Getting a little low, I think. There you go, I'm building it now. Once it's got the yellow, you can build it. If it goes red, no, you won't be able to put it there. Something's interfering with it. Once it's built, then those little ships start going back and forth in trade. And your planet can't be taken over, no matter what. You can destroy it, it won't matter. And here we go, this is how it works. If you look at it, in the building of sins, basically you see it go dark or grey or whatever color it is, and it becomes more full instead of looking like a see-through image. It means that's how the timing of its building. It even works in number 2. It's the same. It shows you slowly being built. See, I'm pretty low. It's probably a good time to retreat and let myself heal. Or I might be really close. But they have a fair bit of hit points. But I do want to make as many of these as I can to get money and keep slowly spreading myself out there and across the actual universe. That's the trick. See the little black? It's slowly going up. Takes time. It's that horrible word, patience. Yeah. Oh, there we go. You got to admit, they do make the way they make it. Just, I wish I had that ability and patience. Yeah, and they've done it with so many. This is probably I think this is the best learning version for a beginner. The original, it's harder than this. Whereas the other versions, I've seen some that, I think I'll hopefully do a review on one. I don't think I've got their permission, but I'm going to do it anyway, because I think the work they've done is fantastic. It's beautiful, but their tech tree is the hardest I've ever dealt with in my life in this game. And I've played a few of them for a few years, and I don't profess to be great, but this is sort of the basics. Alright, where are you now? Alright, so he's almost built. He's got his things ready, and I'm waiting for the next one so they can start passing. You won't see the difference straight away, but when you have a few planets with star bases, you just start seeing it just skyrocket, and you don't even know it's happened. The Borg are very, very blocky. They're not as stylish as the Federation or the Romulans or the Klingons or the Dominion, which is all of the races in this. But they're very simple, very easy to play with. There you go. Antimatter, so you got more ability to use your special abilities. Alright, I think he's getting pretty close. Looking good. Here we go. Looks like a reasonable chance, I think. Yeah, there's too many. Alright. Then, yeah, you have to build all those ships to get to your hero. I think that will be a later game. Yep, keep going. Alright, destroy. That's what this game is about. You gotta be a real wolf. In my case, a dragon. So you gotta really be aggressive, and when you get a chance, do not hesitate, because they will not hesitate either. And you gotta be defensive in that, knowing your limitations, because if you overextend, is when you end up way behind, wishing you never did. Alright. So yeah, he's gone. I think this is, I'm gonna have to back off. Alright. See, that's, I think it's done, or it's close to. And then you'll just start seeing them flying between each other. Until you got so many of them, it's like it's going through everywhere in the universe of it. Pretty sure I'll be able to show that in the next video, hopefully. I'll have to be a lot quicker than I'm being at the moment. There you go. I'm retreating because I'm losing too much. That's your regeneration bay. That way you can heal your ships. And for the Borg, they're all armor and life points. There you go. Healing ability. Federation and the Romulans and all that, they're part shields, part hit points, and armor, which are combined. You don't have that advantage. When you heal, you're only doing half of it, unfortunately. Yeah. Okay. Yep, and they're gone. Now they're going to start making money. It's a little bit at the first, but it gets bigger. It just takes time. And that is how you do starports, to try and get more money. And the more you build, the safer your planets are with the Borg, and the more money, credits specifically, you make. And in doing that, it makes it just a little bit easier in this game. And as you go through, you'll eventually go to where it has adaption here, and you make more of those abilities to make more crystal and to make more metal. And underneath it is these little container ship abilities, and make them carry more credits to get more money as well. So it makes, instead of having to struggle to farm, you are making money straight away quickly through your planets. And then you need the star bases to defend them and give you enough time with your fleet to recover. That's a defensive strategy. But at the beginning, you need to expand as fast as you can. The faster you can expand, the more money you can make, the better off you are. And see, lands, gives money, and then runs off and makes more money. Consistently doing this until there's no more starbase, because you'd have to destroy them. So yeah, and then hopefully I can make another planet, make another starbase, and so forth. Growing across. Yeah, and there's another one so I can make more gem. That's so I can make more money. And that is it. Thank you for joining me, and I hope you have a good day. Take care and enjoy if you get the chance. Bye.